I'm going to do you guys a favor and myself a favor. I love Boeing. Boeing is our biggest corporate sponsor. If you've ever worked at Boeing or been on a board of a nonprofit that received money from Boeing, or worked at a nonprofit that got money from Boeing, or been touched in some way by Boeing, or if you've even been on a plane before, will you stand up for a second? Great. Okay, you can sit down. Every 5 minutes or so, the planes have been coming through, and nothing I'm going to say is so important that you can't interrupt me. So when the next plane comes through in honor of Boeing, I think we should all cheer 777. And just, I thought you should get your blood moving. I was a teacher. All right, you can start it. I just want to say I work at Islandwood. It is a marvelous place. We have some board members in the room. If you've never been there, this is my invitation. Come on out. I'll give you a personal tour. It's a great place. I want to tell you what we're doing. First question I have for you is, are you sure that your organization is actually facing scarcity? And it's not as intuitive as it may seem, because as it turns out, over the last 60 years, since they started testing this stuff and measuring it, philanthropy has gone up in all but 3 of them. That includes the 70s when the oil crisis happened and the Dow plummeted. That includes the 2002 bubble burst. And we in the nonprofit world have actually fared pretty well due to incredible generosity of people like you as volunteers and as donors. So this bird taking care of her youth, thank you. We've actually done better than the stock markets. Now, let's have a reality check. The last few years, 2 of them have been those 3 years where philanthropy actually went down. So we may actually be in a new world, and we need, as nonprofit leaders, to learn how to adapt to our new situation. And we need to learn and remember how to build organizations even in times of scarcity. So I thought I'd share a few things that we've learned, even when the road is arduous and long and you don't know where it's going to end, how to build your organization. And the first thing that we've learned is to listen, and I mean listen carefully and intensely. So we took a year, and I held, and I'm not making these numbers up, 115 conversations, 115 dialogues and focus groups with 350 constituents. And what that did is it helped us learn what our core competencies were, what we were really excited, it helped us crystallize what we were going to fight for as an organization, what we believed in. And in fact, because we learned what we cared about, it actually gave us some guts. It gave us a little bit of courage. And when we had our core, what we were excited about, the guts included letting go of some things that didn't quite fit into that. So we used to make films, and maybe you've seen some of these films, and they were awesome. But we let our film producer go, and we're no longer producing films because it wasn't at the core. So the White House Chief of Staff, Rahm Emanuel, once said, "Never let a serious crisis go to waste." And you know, it's true that if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, right? And that forest fire and this steel are getting stronger from the fire. In fact, that sequoia forest is releasing seeds to create a new forest, and the steel is stronger from the fire that it's seeing. So we actually think we're coming out stronger from this financial mess. You know, be opportunistic. This little hermit crab is being opportunistic with this bottle for his shell. And we were opportunistic 2 years ago. We merged with a smaller nonprofit that never would have merged with us in a stronger financial market, and it's working. It's working great. So rather than hunkering down like the guy in the bottom that you can barely see, we're trying to be this guy. We're taking risk, and we're going big. And we actually found out that we could cut half our staff, I'm serious, and we'd be financially sustainable forever. And instead, we're going for it, and we're shooting for the moon. And our theory is that I'm losing a little sleep at night. We're not 100% sure we're going to make it, but it's fun, and we're serving a lot more kids. And if we miss the moon, you've heard the saying, maybe we'll end up amongst the stars, right? So the other thing we learned, a big learning, is to double down on our marketing. Get your communications crisp and clear. I took this picture. It's a cute owl, isn't it? And we used to use these for fundraising, but you know what? We're not about owls. We're about kids. And we're about that moment when a kid's life changes, and we're about making that. So look at this. Deep in the heart of the forest, a scientist is born. This is our new campaign. This is the moment when that kid's life is changing. Or the next slide. Anna discovers why the world needs Anna. You know, during tough times, donors are careful with their money. You need to communicate why you are essential, why you're as important as the fire department. You also need a really strong team. This is Shackleton's expedition. These guys are literally pulling that boat across the ice. And I know you've heard about getting the right people on the bus. This hurts sometimes, but we are making sure we have 777. And that's good timing. We try to have a sense of humor while we do this too. We're doing serious work. We're changing kids' lives. We're working with the poorest families among Seattle, but we try to have a lot of fun while we're doing it. We don't take ourselves too seriously while we're doing this very serious work. So in closing, as I said, I've lost some sleep, but these hard financial times have given us courage. They've given us courage to focus on our core, to shoot the moon, to refine our messaging, to build our team. And I really believe we're coming out stronger because of that fire we're in. So thank you.